going on YouTube? It's Day Life here, and today's video is going to be about Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns, the new expansion pack for Guild Wars 2. So far, I really like it, but these are pretty much my first impressions, pretty much talking about how the game runs on my actual PC, which I'm going to put in the description below, the specs of it, and a link with the video of my computer. Now, the Heart of Thorns expansion is the first expansion for Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 has been out for about 3 years now, and honestly, it's been one of those, MMOs that I keep coming back to. One, because it's free to play. Well, you pay the game, and then there's no monthly subscriptions, which to me is a plus. So that's pretty much what's kept me coming back to it. And the fact that the world in this game, I think it's probably the best world in any MMO. I think it's very dense. There's a lot of detail. There's just these little, all these details. Like you look at these maps and it's like, wow, details, right? And it feels great. Now, the Heart of Thorns expansion is set in the Maguma jungle, which is this region here. On the left side, all of this here. So this was the old world, and this is the new world. So we're here now, and you start off there, and you pretty much do what you did before. You explore, you do all these events. The only difference is you glide now. You can fly. There's like bouncing mushrooms, which hopefully I can get on right now. Okay, okay, there you go. You jump on these, they take you different places. You could glide off of it, and there's just a lot more vertical space right now. Pretty much every new zone has 3 to 4 levels, which a lot of people, they don't like that kind of stuff because it makes, the map confusing. You don't know where things are. You don't know how to get to where because there's a lot of vertical space. So up there, you could go up there. We're obviously right here. But if you want, you can go down here. You can jump even more down and go down here. And if you want, you can keep going down. And there's these wind, like these gusts of wind, that once you train for it, you can just kind of keep flying forever in a way. But again, your gliding does run out. And there's this mastery system, which I will talk about now as soon as I can land somewhere. Hopefully soon. I'm just gonna teleport actually. We're gonna teleport. We're gonna teleport back here. So the mastery system, right? So Guild Wars 2 was released, and ArenaNet said they don't want you changing all your gear. You know how traditional MMOs, they make you change all your gear to new gear, so it makes your older gear, which was the best gear at the time, obsolete immediately, Well, they took that away. What they did was this. They put in a mastery system. You get pretty much new. This is basically a leveling system without having levels, 80 to 90 or vice versa, whatever. You have these, and these are needed to go through the map. Basically to go through the map faster, to unlock certain things, to better your character as a whole without having the actual traditional leveling system. To me, it's great. I like it. That means I don't have to change my gear right now. It means I don't, my gear's still relevant. It gives it a cool sense of progression. Right now I have my gliding. I have 1, 2, working on my 3, and this adds a certain depth to the game. You can pick what you want to level first. You can pick, see right there, you can switch it. You pick what you want and you progress. After that, we have the hero points, which is to level all your skills. And each class in Heart of Thorns got an elite specialization, which is pretty much a whole new set of skills, a new weapon. For Necromancer, you use the Great Sword. You level all these skills all the way. I think you need 400 hero points to get them all. I had 300 when I started because, again, I've been playing Guild Wars for a long time, and I just had those stacked up. So I pretty much got all the way to like down here automatically. Now, a lot of people are complaining and they're crying about them not being able to use the entire new class specialization off the bat. A lot of people are mad about that they can't use it all, that it's going to take them the whole expansion to unlock it because they didn't have skill points saved or whatnot. And to me, I really don't find that big of a deal, man. It's really not that hard to get, a couple of these. It's really, you start the expansion, you can pretty much do a couple of hero points, find a group. There's people running everywhere looking for groups. There's people everywhere in this game. It just came out, the expansion. So, people crying because they want everything. They want everything. They want to beat the whole story in a weekend. People were crying about them not being able to finish the story because the story is locked to certain abilities. These abilities here, these masteries. And I totally understand that. ArenaNet wants you to explore the map. They want you to run around. They want you to do all these events, these complex events. They're pretty much quests. This game doesn't have the traditional go to point A, go to point B with a quest. It just works fine. An event happens, everybody joins, people res you when you die, you do them, that unfolds it into another event, that event unfolds into another event, and by the time you know it, you got a bunch of masteries, you've leveled your skills, and then you can progress with your story. I find that to be totally fair. I don't find that to be a bad thing. People just want to, push through the story. People just want to push through the skills, and it shouldn't work that way. It really shouldn't. That's not the way it is. Arena didn't spend X amount of years or whatever working on this to have people clear it in a week. I want to take my time. Again, you're not paying monthly subscription, so it's not like you're they're dragging this along so that you pay a monthly sub. It's not like that. It's so that it makes the game last. I'm totally with that. I'm not against that. Take your time and explore the world. The world here is just amazing. Beautiful world. The story is actually amazing too. Where am I? I'm already on chapter 12 or whatever, and it's a great story. Take your time, appreciate the art of this game, appreciate the details. Don't complain that you can't clear a whole raid yet. You can't clear the raid. Everything should be behind a certain thing so you can actually earn it in a way, work for it. It's not, they're not telling you, hey, pay $20 more to unlock the story. No, they're telling you, hey, look, put time into the game and then you can progress. I find that totally fair, but that's just me. So pretty much the new expansion has 1, 2, 3, 4 zones, and these maps are huge. These maps are kind of ridiculously huge because, again, basically each one of these maps is pretty much like 2-3 maps, because you have the center, you have the top, you have the bottom. I've seen maps that have 4 levels. I think one of them has 4 levels. I forgot which one. And all these levels have just, I don't know, so much art to them, so much detail. So they're great, and I like that. I appreciate that. I'm taking my time. I'm enjoying my new elite spec. I don't have all the skills unlocked, but I can use these skills here plus my old ones here, and it works just fine. I enjoy it. It's running great on my rig. Right now I'm getting 60 FPS. This zone is actually very demanding. So, and I have everything raised to max settings. So high, 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 ultra high, high, everything at 144 hertz. I do hit 144 in certain areas. So far I'm definitely loving the Necro. The Necro is just amazing. So other than that, guys, these are just my first impressions. I just wanted to kind of state my opinion on the whole Guild Wars 2 thing and people crying about it and all this, and I don't find it to be, you know, a big deal. Enjoy the expansion. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next one, peace.